Good evening all. Strategy 5 years successfully completed for 5 years completed.
To this fifth anniversary celebration marking half a decade of trust, growth and prosperity. Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin with an auspicious note by lamp lighting, and to do the honors, I would request the following dignitaries for the lamp lighting to join here. Vinay Mahapatra, advocate cum eminent writer, and Shri Praful K. Sahu, an eminent civil society organization.
जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवा तुम्हें जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवा तुम्हें तुम हो मंदिर तुम ही पूजा तुम्हारे बिन अपना कोई दूजा तुम हो मंदिर तुम ही पूजा तुम्हारे बिन अपना कोई दूजा तुम हो मंदिर। जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवा तुम्हें जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवा तुम्हें
सिद्धार्थ रथ नंदन कैपिटल फाउंडर। प्रथम तो विन स्ट्रैटेजी को मोर हार्दिक अभिनंदन। 5 वर्ष से पूर्ण कर 5 years of excellence. From my side, I wish strategy all the best and wish them all the best for the future also. आज जो डिस्कसन जो 5 वर्ष जो पूर्ण है उपलक्षे आज फंक्शन ये जहाँ डिस्कसन हम कि आमर पाखे कौन अपॉर्चुनिटी अच्छी आज मेनली डिस्कसन जनरली आम ओवरऑल इकोनॉमी विषय डिस्कसन कर फ्यूचर कौन आम जो अपॉर्चुनिटीज आम कौन देखा जाए विषय पर आज मेनली आम डिस्कसन हमार
विशेषकर कौ सेक्टर लोक फोकस इन्वेस्ट करने
आमर तो यहाँ इन्वेस्ट करने तो समस्त इन्वेस्टमेंट अच्छे आम जो देखु विगत 4-5 वर्ष भितर कैपिटल मार्केट इन्वेस्टमेंट जो परिमाण डोमेस्टिक इन्वेस्टमेंट को परिमाण बढ़ी आवे ठीक अच्छे मार्केट कंडीशंस गत कि मास वोलाटाइल रही बट आगू जो देखो आम इन्वेस्टर्स माने एक्सप्लोर करने चाहूँ नुआ नुआ प्रोडक्ट्स पर से आम देखु विगत 4-5 वर्ष भर नुआ नुआ प्रोडक्ट्स आसूँ आगू भी आम देखू से नुआ अपॉर्चुनिटी नुआ प्रोडक्ट्स केमिति तांकर इन्वेस्टमेंट पोर्टफोलियो को डाइवर्सिफाई करें से मेनली देखिए आमर डिस्कसन आज भी से विषय हो। इंडिया आज ऑलमोस्ट $4 ट्रिलियन GDP पहुँची और जहाँ देखा आमर आगू ग्रोथ जो आगामी 10-12 वर्ष भर यहाँ डबल होवार आशा अच्छी सो पूरा अपॉर्चुनिटी बहुत आस ये अपॉर्चुनिटी भितर जड़े रिटेल इन्वेस्टर मेनली से कौन कौन आशा कर कौ प्रोडक्ट पर इन्वेस्ट कर और निजर इन्वेस्टमेंट बुक को केमिति को भलिया ताको एक डाइवर्सिफाई करबे जहाँफल कि गोटे रिस्क मैनेजमेंट हो पार बेटर आउ ता संगे भी रिटर्न जो आस कोई भाव में एक भल आउ डिसेंट रिटर्न भी मिले से थैंक यू
मु चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट ओम महापात्र फिन स्ट्राटेजी कैपिटल फाउंडर आज फिन स्ट्राटेजी कैपिटल 5 years कंप्लीशन हो से ही 5 years कंप्लीशन उपलक्ष्य रे आज आम सेलिब्रेशन करूँ भुवनेश्वर एंड फिन स्ट्राटेजी कैपिटल पाखापाखि आज का डेट्रे पाखे 110 कोटी टंका मैनेज करुँची कैपिटल मार्केट माने स्टॉक्स डायरेक्ट स्टॉक्स होगा म्यूचुअल फंड्स होगा बॉन्ड्स होगा अनलिस्टेड स्टॉक्स होगा ता छड़ा फिन स्ट्राटेजी पाखापाखि 3 कोटी रु 4 कोटी टंका मासक ट्रांजैक्शंस करे इन ट्रेड फाइनेंस तो आम ट्रेड फाइनेंस रे काम करूँ आम फंडिंग रे काम करूँ आम वैल्यूएशन रे काम करूँ आम टंका मैनेज करूँ तो ये हिसाब से आमर ये गला 5 वर्ष भितर आम रोड शो रही आज आम सहित रही श्रीजुक्त सिद्धार्थ रथ जी मैनेजिंग पार्टनर नंदन कैपिटल जोटा कि गोटे बड़ प्राइवेट इक्विटी फर्म माने जो बेसिकली इन्वेस्ट करती विभिन्न कंपनीज एंड से हेल्प करती आईपीओ रे लिस्टिंग होगा तो सी आज आम सहित रही चीफ गेस्ट हिसाब से आम सहित अच्छा श्री असीम अमिताभ दास ओडिशा ह्यूमन राइट्स मेंबर ऑनरेबल मेंबर अच्छा आम सहित अच्छा श्री सौरचंद्र महापात्र सी ओडिशा लॉ कमिशन मेंबर ऑनरेबल मेंबर अच्छा प्लस सीनियर आ विभिन्न मान्य व्यक्तिगण सब आसुच्च इन्वेस्टर्स मैंने क्लाइंट मैंने एंड विभिन्न सेक्टर्स एंड से नहीं आज आम सेलिब्रेशन कर
आगे कौन लक्ष्य रखुच्छे
आम आज का डेट जमी आप कहली 110 कोटी टाइम मैनेज करुँ आम टार्गेट रही आम आगामी समय जमी 400-500 कोटी केमती मैनेज करें रही प्लस ट्रेड फाइनेंस जमी आप बुझाऊली कि आम लोक मैंने विभिन्न कंपनी को आम फाइनेंस करूँ इन वर्किंग कैपिटल आम ट्रेड फाइनेंस थ्रू रे आम से मासक 10 कोटी टका ट्रांजैक्शंस केमती हम सेटा थैंक यू थैंक यू
Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Mr. Rath. Mr. Rath has been part of various advisory committees and board positions in regulatory bodies like SEBI, Securities Exchange Board of India, and market infrastructure companies like NSE Clearing Limited, Swift India Domestic Services, etc. And is currently the managing partner at Nandan Capital Group, which has set up a growth fund for investing in small and medium enterprises in India. Can you share with us the pivotal moments that shaped your journey in the banking and finance sector?
Good evening and thank you for having me here. First of all, heartiest congratulations to FinStrategy, Om and his team for successfully setting up and leading FinStrategy as a very trusted investment advisor. I am sure the passion they have, the hard work that they have done, FinStrategy is going to do it in the future also. All the best to the team at FinStrategy. Thank you. So you asked me about defining moments which have been there. Yeah, there have been many defining moments. Having been in the financial service industry for more than 30 years, I started my career in the early 90s. I still remember 1991 when. So these have been two very defining moments in my journey. In terms of choosing the profession and then choosing to venture out on my own to see where I can create value. Thank you.
Wonderful, sir. Google tell us when we search about the Nandan Capital that it's a private credit fund that offers strategic debt financing to companies. So could you please tell us more about Nandan Capital?
As I mentioned, Nandan Capital has been set up with the focus to look at supporting the small and medium enterprises, companies which are at a growth stage and companies which need capital to sustain their growth. So that was the idea behind Nandan Capital, because for the large corporates, there are large opportunities for finance also. The opportunities are many. But for the smaller companies, there is always a struggle for capital. And if you look at it, the stock market has so far been in supporting the larger companies. Although in the recent years we are seeing a change in trend where SME IPOs are coming up, there are a lot of funders, but this is just the beginning. So what our idea is that from Nandan Capital is to support the smaller companies who are in a growth mode, provide them the capital, provide them the helping hand, and also work along with them to create that strategic position so that we take them to the next level, helping them in governance, compliance, regulation, strategy, so that we take them to the next level. So that is the essence of Nandan Capital in setting up the growth funds which are there to support the industry. The idea which is there, the founder or the entrepreneur has an idea, how to convert that idea into an initial mode of startup to give them that kickstart. So thereafter, there are serious capital investor requirement as the company or the enterprise looks at scaling up its operations. So to scale up its operations, it requires larger amount of capital. So that is where Nandan Capital comes in.
Okay, so do we have any criteria where Nandan Capital does the investment?
No, we don't have any criteria as such. We only look at that the company has a track record. The criteria are very few, so that we want to see that the company has established a track record in its operations. It is on a growth mode. It has become profitable and self-sustainable, and thereafter it needs that that round of capital infusion to make it more in terms of the scale of operations to increase, and at the same time also see that it moves to the next level in terms of its size. We typically come in before an IPO is there. So, but the enterprise would need capital and at the same time prepare themselves for raising capital from the market.
All right, sir. So as you mentioned about the REITs and InvITs, just you termed. So can you please tell us more about, as an investment, how it is, throw some light, sir.
These are some of the new products which have come up over the last few years. REIT is basically real estate investment trusts, where a company or an enterprise which has built real estates which are completed, has gone into operations, usage has happened, let's say a commercial mall, it could be a large office complex, fine. So where there is a regular income which comes in. So what happens? The developer who has built these assets, they sell it in the market to a trust. The trust in turn raises money from the investors, who there invest as part of units they invest. And the return they get is from the rental income typically from this, let's say commercial real estate or a mall as I told you, and whatever assets in terms of the returns which they get. And that return comes in for a very long period. Those returns could be over 20 years to 40 years, 50 years period. And periodically assets gets added to the trust and the investor enjoys return on the trust. Once these units are listed in the market, they also get liquidity if they want to also sell it. Unlike a normal investment in a stock which is of a particular company, here you are investing in a pool of assets which are kept in a trust. Similar thing also happen in InvITs, which are infrastructure investment units, where pool of infrastructure assets, these are typically road projects which have been completed, they are getting a return in terms of income from the NHI or from the toll. So those assets are pooled and kept in a trust. Similarly, we have warehouses, logistics parks which are there, which have been completed again, which are again sold to a trust, where you get return by way of commercial return, by way of rental income, and sometimes when these assets are sold off also, sometimes you get a higher return in terms of capital gain.
Wonderful, sir. And sir, if our investors want to connect with you, they want to associate with you, can you please tell us how they can reach you?
No, the best is to reach me through FinStrategy. Fine. Since FinStrategy has been advising their investors in terms of where to invest. So that is one FinStrategy will be always they'll be willing to connect me to your investors. Whatever any information they need to know, I will provide. And at the same time, as I have today set up a fund which is investing. We also look at investors who have been so far family offices, trusts, and HNIs and institutional investors who have invested in the fund through units. They also get a return from whatever income the fund earns. So reaching out to me can always be, many ways to reach out.
Size of 20 crore funds in order to invest in a company. So, and these companies are generally MSMEs, as you said, who have been into the sector for a long time, have a good and a stable balance sheet. So, my question is that whether your company goes mainly for debts or does it go mainly for equity at such stage? Because you also mentioned that you go for mainly pre-IPO stage.
Fund, we are an alternative asset fund. We are predominantly a hybrid fund. So our investment is normally initially through a debt route, where it yields has established a track record. It is growing now. Now it has to move to the next level. When it wants to move to the next level, it requires capital. It requires a larger capital. For an SME, 20-25 crores is a fairly big amount. Because so far before that, they have been funded, as I said, through angel investors, senior investors, and initial round of investors. Now they need some serious capital to scale up their operations. So our idea is to provide that level, come in at that stage when they are preparing to raise capital from the markets. They are a year or two away from raising capital from the markets, and for that they need some preparation. Right? They have to look at in terms of the various regulations which are there, compliance of those regulations, governance requirements which are there, and various other preparedness which is required for an enterprise in terms of when they go to the public market, or for that matter also raise money from the private equity market. So our idea is to come in at that level where we provide so that the business doesn't stop. The capital helps him in sustaining the growth momentum, and at the same time also handhold the enterprises in preparing it to move to the next level. So we initially enter through a debt route, and thereafter we look at converting it to equity before it goes to the market. That is the thought process.
Mr. Kaustubh Mani, Regional Head, Nippon Life Asset Management Company. Mr. Krishna Chaitanya, Regional Head, Mirai Asset Management Company. Mr. Sanket Swaroop, Cluster Manager, Odisha Nippon India Mutual Fund. CA Om Mahapatra, Founder, Fin Strategy Capital. Growth and prosperity. Let us first begin by learning from CA Om Mahapatra that how the last decade has been in terms of Indian economy and capital market in particular.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming and witnessing the 5th foundation day of FinStrategy Capital. And as you said, Amrita, that the last decade, how the market has evolved, and so as you see, the Indian economy has gone through a rapid revolution in terms of be that policy making or be that into any kind of digital revolution. So broadly, I will say 3 parts. So if you look at the Indian revolution, economy has evolved, and during this, what happened? That during demonetization, if you look at 3 basic things what was happening during that time. Firstly, you see there was general account opening across India. So millions and millions of accounts was opened during that time, and you see during the Jan Dhan account, Aadhaar card was made mandatory for the bank accounts. So whatever you spend, whatever you do, everything is being captured through the Aadhaar and through your bank. So that made a lot of revolution, you see. And due to demonetization, you see there was a lot of digital payments that happened, and which evolved, which actually made the mark for contributing to India's GDP as well. GST implementation was little, I would say that it was little a very harsh decision to implement. In terms of implementation, it was little faster, but slowly over the period of years, GST implementation was efficiently has been implemented, and the tax collection, as you see, there has been a rapid tax collections, and GST is contributing majorly now to the India's government's revenue as a whole, as you say. And thirdly, I was mentioning about the digital revolution. So Digital India movement that was brought in by the government, the NDA government, that actually led to a lot of digital infrastructure in India, and digital payments were made, and UPI was implemented. So all this thing has happened over these years. Mostly, if I say post-COVID, there has been a lot of rise in the demat accounts, and there has been a rise in mutual fund investments through there has been rise on a lot of folios, if you look at it. So there has been a lot of retail participation through demat account for direct equity and mutual funds. So there was a boom of IPOs, if you look at. So a lot of IPOs have come and they have successfully got listed during this time. And awareness was a bigger factor. You must have heard about something, mutual fund sahi hai, which was mutual fund was something, it was very alien to everyone during that time. But mutual fund presently has become a household name. So this all has made to the changes in the last 10 years. Thank you.
So, how do you think the digitization has evolved and its impact on the Indian economy?
If we talk of the digital revolution, the basic thing which we as Indians have seen over the years is India is one of the countries where we have internet available at the lowest cost among all the countries of the world. So globally, one of the cheapest internet availability is at India. And to add to it, few of the initiatives taken by the government, they helped in bringing the use of mobile handset to every user, every citizen. I mean, the target is to reach to every citizen, but it increased in terms of the usability of mobile phone. So these two are the paramount factors which added to the digital revolution. To add to it, what I was just quoting is linking through that Aadhaar link. Thanks to the foresightedness, thanks to the thought processes behind the Aadhaar, due to which we were able to connect with a lot number of people, and we were able to bring entire thing in one platform. So these are the three pillars basically which helped in the digital revolution.
All right. Mr. Krishna, tell me, we have seen, as Om Mahapatra has mentioned, that a lot of events have happened in the last 1 decade. So, broader space if we look, so it is on the Make in India.
Yeah.
So, how the Make in India has been successful, and what is India Atmanirbhar in manufacturing?
To summarize what these two have mentioned, formalization of the economy has actually happened. The reason behind the collection of GST taxes going on up and up every month, it is because formalizations of economy. If you look at the cash flow in the economy was too high earlier, before the GST was brought into the structure, before the digitalization has been done, before the way we used to spend. Now, how many, if we introspect ourselves as individuals, how many people do actually carry cash with them now? It has all changed. The way we operate, the way we shop, the way we look at the things which are there in this market have changed drastically. That has brought in a significant change. When we talk about formalization of economy, if you look at the GST collections, every month on month, it is always an upward trigger. Just now, if you look at the February collections alone, it's somewhere around 1.84 lakh crores, which is helping state governments as well as central governments to increase, to spend more on the capital expenditure. And on the other hand, if you look our country, and if you look at the PLI scheme which was brought in by the government of India, there are total 13 to 14 sectors where this PLI is implemented. And the pilot project on this PLI has been started with mobile phones. We all know how many people use this mobile phones. Many of us assume that Apple has started manufacturing here. We are taking major share of Apple manufacturing here. To be honest, that is just beginning of the crux. It's just beginning. China Plus One strategy which government of India has brought in. We stand as a China Plus One strategy. The diversification of this manufacturing, diluting from the China and moving across the globe is the primary income of the Western countries now. If the Apple has just started to manufacture, imagine how much more we are supposed to run ahead. That is where we are now. Even if you look at the sectors which are involved in, you have EVs, you have batteries, you have specialty chemicals, you have even ACs. That is also part of this PLI. All this is changing the dynamics of our country now. If you look at the trade deficit which we were having earlier, and if you are looking at the trade deficit which we are having now, it's slowly and steadily coming down. Why? PLI is inclined majorly to encourage the manufacturers to reduce the dependency on the imports and increase the exports, which will eventually change how our economy works. That is how the manufacturing things have changed. That is where India stands now currently. Anyways, there are some sectors which we can't find an alternative to do that. Oil is one thing. We definitely need to depend on imports because the oil resources which we currently have, still exploration is happening, but still we cannot turn it on just like that. Still the dependency on that is happening. There are some other steps which Government of India has done to reduce on that side, but there are other sectors which Government has encouraged to start manufacturing. The intention of PLI is not just to manufacture for the people of our country, but to the people across the globe. That's the agenda which has been going on till now.
The event, which I think 3 to 4 generations currently, which is there, might have experienced this for the first time. In the last 100 years, we see this Mahamari, we call it Hindi, it happens. So COVID, the global pandemic, which is there, which was there. Can you put some light on the COVID-19 and its impact on the Indian economy and how the economy has revived, particularly the stock market, grown since then after 2019?
If you look at, there was a time where you used to call before 2008, before GFC and after GFC. When the COVID has actually stepped in, the narration of the economy has actually changed before COVID and after COVID. In a way, to put it more line, the COVID has actually changed the dynamics of our market. If you look at the manufacturing or the NPAs or the private capex in our markets, before 19 was altogether a different story. The participation from the private capex was not there, banks were suffering with the NPAs having with them, the liquidity was hugely tightened, the interest rates were high to bring down the inflation. All these were the scenario before 2019. When the COVID has crept in, I wouldn't say the word, but somehow, and apart from that, we should also not forget, GST has been implemented, demonetization also has been brought in, which is dragging down the economy in a bad shape. Now what has changed? When the things have changed, when the COVID has crept in, Government of India has actually changed the entire landscape to change the economy. You can see how the interest rates have been brought down, how the capex from the so-called, when we say the interest rate have been brought down, how does this play a crucial role in our economy survival? When the money is made free, many private players come into this market, they borrow more, they spend more, they revive the economic structure. That is what has happened. And if you look at in the past 4 years, how the market dynamics have changed. Look at large cap, mid cap and small cap valuations. If you look at the valuation of the mid caps, how now become the so-called last mid caps, the last large caps have become the mid caps now. And the so-called last mid caps have become the small caps now. That is a change in valuation. If you look at the 750th stock in this out of the 1000, 750th stock valuation itself is more than 5,000 dollars. This last value of the small cap is still on a positive trigger. Yes, the FIs are selling because of global constraints, because of the rural economy which is slowly picking up now. Last 4 years the economy was not in good shape, but the trigger which is happening currently, the green shoots have gone up, the spending from the rural economy has gone up. These are all the positive signs, and if you look at on a global index, which economy is doing which way, India is far ahead. If the second economy after India, if you look at, it is almost half of us. If you look at the global average growth rate, compared with India, they are half of us. Global average growth is somewhere around 3 to 3.5. We are sitting at 6.5. That is where our country stands now.
Key factors which is making this market corrections happening right now.
The last 1 year, what has happened? India saw the biggest general election, and followed by there was many elections in other states. So the budget that was introduced last year, I mean not this year, last year, whatever allocation was supposed to be made, that could not be made because of the general election, and the implementation that was supposed to happen, that could not happen. And there were many allocation into defense, into agriculture, inside of capital expenditure that was supposed to be made in these sectors, that could not actually pass on in terms of implementation. And there were many government schemes, various stimulus that government provides on an annual basis, every month-to-month basis. You must have heard about PM Kisan Yojana and many other schemes. So there was no infusion of money from the government to the people at large. So when the money did not actually came to the economy, the formal economy, so people could not spend. That actually slowed down the economy, and which led to actually, you can say, the GDP growth rate you must have heard about, the slower growth rate of GDP, which was reported by various forums and various international agencies, that was reported. So this was one of the biggest factors. The second factor, which actually many people would be hearing about, the Trump thing. So Trump would be coming, all this news were coming up from last year itself, from August, September itself, that Trump might be the next president of US. And Trump in his manifesto also had mentioned about that they are going to focus morely on America making great. And they had appealed, Trump had also appealed that all the investors, though the investors predominantly from US, the investors basically who invest across the globe in various emerging markets, economies, they appeal basically to make America great again by investing in America. So you see a lot of FIIs, they play a critical role in India's capital market. And these FIIs were very much convinced with the idea of Trump. And that led to a lot of pull money from FIIs from Indian capital market. These two major factors is what I can contribute. And lately what the Russia-Ukraine war, that has gone to a very tandem stage now, and the Middle East geopolitical tension that has happened. All these factors put together have made this market in a turmoil situation.
Other part is this dollar index is also after a few months, maybe we don't know how long it will take, but generally a few months which we are looking at, and this dollar index will again cool down. Once that falls down, again investment in India will look a bit more lucrative. I just wanted to add a couple of points.
It is currently 4.9. No, it is 4.4 actually now. It was earlier thought to be 4.9. And so because of making Bharat, the thing is that we are producing things and we are exporting, lump sum we are exporting a lot. So how can this deficit, this minimum deficit 4.4, because earlier, pre-Modi era, so it was a lot. So we were just giving every dollar into China, everything was being outsourced from there. So this fiscal deficit being closed, it will not boost our GDP.
So basically, if you look at India's GDP, basically what is GDP? GDP is basically
Gross domestic product.
Yeah, please. So GDP is basically 4 pillars I will contribute. First pillar is the private consumption, what we all spend in our day-to-day life. Second is what the public spending. I mean, whatever the government spending in terms of subsidies, in terms of stimulus, whatever the government provides to the people at large. Thirdly is the net exports, imports, whatever we do that. So presently it's net imports. So we import more than the exports. And fourthly is the private spending done by the private businessmen. Like people setting up a factory, people setting up a hospital, people putting a project. So in these 4 ways, the money circulation happens in any economy, if you look at it. So fiscal deficit is basically, you can say, when the expenditure is more than the income. So eventually in the last 10 years, the fiscal deficit has lowered down and we have been able to meet the FRBM Act, whatever the defined by government in the FRDM Act. So in terms of fiscal deficit, we are obviously meeting the target that expenditure is not more than the income. So obviously fiscal deficit is a big indicator for India's GDP, but eventually it has come down. It is contributing to India's economy, I would say.
So I may request the following guests to the Lingaraj Pipes Biscuits. CA Viswaranjan Sudar, partner at SRP Associates, one of the leading CA firms of India, and President of Eastern India Regional Council of Institute of Chartered Accountant of India.
Congratulations, hearty congratulations to Sri Om Mahapatra, who is the founder of Business Strategy, having invited me over the function. I wish them great success. Thank you. Then I took advice from some people, some friends, and they guided me where to invest, how to invest. They told me about one thing, that wherever you invest, you first see whether you have sufficient money to invest, because my investment was out of my savings. I was not doing any business by that time, I was in service, and whatever I could save, I used to invest in small funds, all these things. Finally, I borrowed some money and I invested in some blue chip shares or large cap shares, and it has given good result. Because जब आप दही जमाते हो तो आप अच्छा दूध लेते हैं, टेम्परेचर देखते हैं, सब चीज़ देखते हैं, लेकिन दही जमाने के बाद उसमें उंगली नहीं करते हैं कि भाई वो जमा कि नहीं जमा, अभी जमा कि नहीं जमा, आधे घंटे बाद, 2 घंटे बाद. We have patience and it will give you result. This is what I learned, and today Mr. Om Mahapatra is the right person to comment that my investment, all my investment are giving good returns. I will, in this course of discussion, I will thank the Mirai Asset. I remember that they had introduced one fund, S&P 500 top 50 fund. It's a very good return. So you have to have patience, and this patience will always give a return. That is the story.
I'd like to hear the experience from CA Viswaranjan Sudar.
Very good evening to all of you, and thank you Om for the invitation. Two corrections: I am not the president of the Regional Council. That post is not there. I am member to the Regional Council. I am representing 9 states of the East. And second, I need to abide by my code. So whatever I will be talking is not in the capacity of a member to the council, and it will always have those bumps here and there while you travel through. But when you direct these questions personally to me, I will say I'm not that deep-pocketed investor like Om or few of us present here in this room. But it's been very fulfilling till now. And it always surprised me whenever I never expected a surprise. And it also surprised me whenever you need it. What is happening right now on a both negative and positive side. But overall, if you look at and if you space your investment with your earning and with your requirement, and you time the market, because it is very difficult to time the market. But if you look at investment on a macro perspective, not in context of the market only, I think that journey will be fulfilling for everyone. And my only advice could be, we should invest in bright prospects.
Now we are seeing a lot of investor sentiment, seeing this market. Sir, if you could highlight upon it, on the current market, how you are experiencing of the current market.
Whenever you pull out from market, like recently in the year 2024-25, it is yet to be over. Around 1 trillion rupees has been withdrawn by FIS. That means 1 lakh crore rupees have been withdrawn. The number of FPOs were used to be some 60-70 every month, which has gone up to 140 to 150. So this makes that they have come and invested, now diverting their funds to US as our Om Appa ji ने बताया था. That makes the many specific reason why the market is going down. But all said and done, I remember that 1989, I think, about 30 years, 34 years, 35 years back, Nifty 50 was 1,000. Now it is 22,000 and out. It has gone up. After seeing so many crashes, it has gone up. You have to believe, go to the right scheme, choose right scheme, and there is nothing bad in investing in this market. Now, this is the right time to invest. If you have funds, if you have liquidity, this is most appropriate time to invest. Thank you.
The timing in the market is important, not the time in the market. Thank you so much, sir.
जैसे हम लोग आज यहाँ पे हैं, हम लोग ने 5 years कंप्लीट किया सक्सेसफुली बिकॉज ऑफ यू एंड आप लोग इस तरह से हमारे साथ जुड़े रहिए. हम लोग आगे और फिन स्ट्रेटजी के बारे में बताना चाहूँगा. एक हमारा एक नया इनिशिएटिव भी लिया गया है, फिनबुल फिनांस एकेडमी. अगर हम लोग एजुकेशन के ऊपर हम लोग अभी प्लान कर रहे हैं कि एजुकेशन के ऊपर हम लोग लिटरेसी प्लान ये सब हम एजुकेशन प्रोवाइड करेंगे. अगर और दूसरी बात ये रहेगा, फिन स्ट्रेटजी का 5 years कंप्लीट हो गया और सक्सेसफुली, और हम इसके आगे भी आपके साथ जुड़े रहेंगे. और फिन स्ट्रेटजी के साथ जुड़ने का एक बहुत अच्छा बेनिफिट है कि आपको डोर स्टेप सर्विस मिलेगा. थैंक यू सो मच.
Siddharth.
See, इन्होंने बड़ा appreciation ना पहुंचा दाड़ा पड़ता है. Siddharth दाड़ा
He is one of our role models.
You are one of our role models. माने he is my friend. माने ओके की संगो पे पेरेंट मुझे अंकल को संगो बोली पाए.
ମୁଁ ବହିଟା ଏବେ ମାନେ ଦିଲ୍ଲୀରେ ପ୍ରବଳ ରିଲିଜ୍ ହେଇଗଲା ଏଠି ଭୁବନେଶ୍ୱର ଗୋଟେ ହେଉଛି ରିଲିଜ୍ 7th ଟାଇଟଲ୍ ଅଫ୍ ଦ ବୁକ୍ ଇଜ୍ ଭେରିୟସ୍ ୱାର୍ଡ ମୁଁ ଗଜପତି
Fortune it's a 300-bed hospital and good buddy of mine, brother of mine. I currently work at a nursing hospital, paramedical college. ମୋର ଛୁଆ ଭାଇନା ଇଏ ହେଉଛନ୍ତି କୃଷ୍ଣ ଓଡ଼ିଶାର ହିଜ୍ ଏସିଆନ୍ ପ୍ରିନ୍ସ ଅଫ୍ ଓଡ଼ିଶା ଅଶୋକ
I have one paint manufacturing facility at very nice. Basically, startup for Melford paint now. Our decorative paint. Artistic paint.
हेलो आज्ञा अंकल नहीं अभिषेक भाई तो आसछन्ती someone has represented you
ଦେହରେ ମୋଳା ବଡ଼ ଦାଣ୍ଡର ଦୋଳି ଦେହରେ ମୋଳା ବଡ଼ ଦାଣ୍ଡର ଦୋଳି ଚକା ଡୋଳା ଚକା ଡୋଳା କହ ଚକା ଡୋଳା ପର ହେଲି କିପରି ପର ହେଲି କିପରି ହାତରେ ମୁଠା ମୁଠା ସରଦା ବାଲି ହାତରେ ସରଦା ବାଲି ନରେନ୍ଦ୍ର ଜଳ ପଡ଼େ ମଥାରୁ ଝରି ତୁହେ ତୁଳସୀ ଜଳ ପାରେ ମୁଁ ନୀତି ମୁଣ୍ଡ ମୋର ଛୁଏ ମୁଣ୍ଡ ମୋର ଛୁଏ ବଡ଼ ଦାଣ୍ଡର ମାଟି ବଡ଼ ଦାଣ୍ଡର ମାଟି ରସନା ଗାଏ ସଦା ରସନା ଗାଏ ସଦା ମତ ହରି ପର ହେଲି କିପରି ହାତରେ ମୁଠା ମୁଠା ସରଦା ବାଲି ହାତରେ ସରଦା ବାଲି ନରେନ୍ଦ୍ର ଜଳ ପଡ଼େ ମଥାରୁ ଝରି
Everything is cool. Take care of
କେତେ ପପୁନି କଲ୍ କର ମୁଁ କରିପାରିବି ଆରେ ମୋର ଫୋନ୍ ଅଫ୍ ହେଇଯାଇଛି ଭାଇ ପ୍ଲିଜ୍ ପରେ ଦେ ତୁ ଖାଇକିନା ଯିବୁ ବସିକିନା ତୁ ଆସୁ କ'ଣ ଗେଷ୍ଟ 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 ଟିକେ ଚିହ୍ନି ପାରିଲୁ କି କଥା ନୟନା ଟିକେ ଚିହ୍ନି ପାରିଲୁ I was expecting 150 to 100. Because funding by अरे फोटो थैंक यू मतलब फोटो संजय चौधरी फॉलो करें अच्छे so much asset पर फोटो थिबो एक्चुअली मोर लेट मोर आज मंथली मीटिंग रखा है सागे मु सेदिन कथबार्ता होउतली जे ओएमसी रो जीएम भाई होचंदी आईटी कंपनी रो सीए अपन को भेटी हो सेही अंकल असना दिखा डांस को पकड़ा टावर कर ब्रॉड में नॉलेज ब्रॉड है मालटा दे ठीक है सपोर्ट करता था बोली अच्छी अच्छी सब अच्छी पिला पे हम जाले थैंक यू वो बहुत माने हमको माने सियाटल रो है सियाटल mixtures, cooking mixtures and also island snacks were also good.
If you say वो somewhere तक बोलना नहीं ठीक है ना अरे चेष्टा करो ना चेष्टा करो समझते हैं बड़े चेष्टा राहुल बहुत शुणी बापा विषय बापू बहुत कष्ट कर पाठ पढ़ाऊँ बापा नाटा सब लिखुते बापा बुढ़ा है पर्यंत बापा पर्यंत बापा सेवा चाहिए कि तुम ग्रोथ ना कौन ग्रोथ इज बापा माँ को सेवा मो भाई को कथा कह बंद कर